You want to meet a man who will be a good partner to you, but also will truly fulfill you in sex. But the way most women go about it almost guarantees no luck. Here is a much better, realistic strategy that massively increases your chances of finding yourself a man who will make you happy in relationship and in sex. Even if what you want is not a full conventional relationship, it still works. Now, here is what most women do, which leaves you feeling powerless. You are hoping to meet a man who will tick all the boxes for a great partner and turn out to be amazing in bed. A man who just finally understands what a woman needs in sex. He learned it somehow. Now, it might happen, you might get lucky, but you're relying on a lot of luck. You will meet plenty of good men, but their heads will be full of bad knowledge about sex for women. They're trying hard, they're concerned with it. It's just very difficult for them. Men naturally have a very different mindset in sex, so it doesn't come to them naturally. But more importantly, they do try to learn. Much of what they learn is just so wrong or just downright toxic. They find it difficult to discern. So hope for amazing luck or give up or settle if you're going to hold on to this. Here is a much more realistic way to find a man who will be a great partner for you and will make you fulfilled in sex. Accept that men don't come with good understanding of sex for women, and you don't need him to, as long as you have two crucial things that I'm going to mention that will make it work. He just needs to be a good person, somebody who cares, who will make an effort, who wants to see you happy, who's interested in understanding you and your needs and your experience, and most importantly, somebody you can talk to easily. That's the most important thing. You find him attractive, but assume that he's not going to come with a good understanding and knowledge of sex for women. Maybe he knows bits and bobs, and that's the man that you're looking for. I understand it's still not everybody, and it's not extremely easy, I get it, but it is still a much bigger category of good men with a good intention and a good heart who just lack a bit of knowledge and a bit of understanding, and this has a lot more opportunity for you than the other rare breed that you keep hoping for. So you will have attraction with him, which will in the beginning do some of the job, but then this man will be curious about you. He will be wanting to understand and do what makes you feel good and open to conversation, and your great sex life will not fall on you from his magic. It will be created together with him as it should be. But you need to come with two things. Because in your current disposition, no, it probably isn't going to work. First, you really need to know your own sexuality. For a long time, women expect men to know their sexuality when you don't know it yourself. And this mindset generally in women has to stop. Your sexuality is your knowledge. That understanding has to come from you. A good man will want to give you the sex that you need, but he needs real clarity. What good sex is about for you? How exactly is it done? What does it look like? What works for you in every part of sex, in every part of your body? How exactly is it done? Men are very practical, and that's a good thing. You want more connection, or you want it to feel more intimate. Like, how exactly is that achieved? How is it done? So you need to have the complete vision of sex for yourself. When you have that clarity, amazing things can happen. A lot of women I worked with, they were terrified of this. The whole process of understanding, how much more sex can be for you, but then you have to explain it somehow to a man who doesn't know anything about it. A lot of them found that, you really didn't need to do as much explaining as you were imagining. A lot of the time I observed, and they commented to me, that it was just kind of happening naturally, spontaneously, organically. Why? Because that clarity really changes a lot of things. There are natural opportunities for just normal conversations that feel nice. Whenever he asks you anything about sex, you will have clear answers that he's looking for. You will change from that clarity. That's the most important thing I saw. You will be a certain way. The energy about you, and especially, of course, how you behave in sex itself, how you do it, what he's feeling from you in it. He will read all that. And often this happens subconsciously. And during sex, that kind of non-verbal, energetic even transmission is even more powerful. I've even seen in my clients that when a woman has that clarity, sometimes she would even attract the right man who was on the same wavelength in sexuality. So nothing needed to be explained or shown. Now, I'm not talking about magic here. This is all common sense. From your self-awareness, there is a vibe, a feel that other people recognize and you recognize in them. But if you are unclear, you've got no idea about your version of sex, then your field is all over the place and you get totally misaligned matches. Now, I understand that it might feel hard to find all this knowledge. I'm really passionate about this because I have been so invested over the years in this problem that women have in sex in general. I have a complete solution for you, the Holistic Sex Course. The complete vision, all the skills and all the sexual practices that work best for you as a woman, so you can gain that full clarity if you need help. The link is below the video. Secondly, you will meet that good man with who you can create the sex life of your dreams, but you will need to communicate. Now, I know what women often say, I don't want to teach him. I get it. Nobody is teaching here. There is a person who needs to understand you. You're just getting to know each other, talking, sharing, exchanging. And this is an ongoing relationship that happens over time. If it kills the magic for you, I'm sorry, you were just believing in magic. If you just find a good man that you can talk to, who cares and wants to understand, all of this normally will be quite easy and organic, but you have to be not so shy about it yourself and loosen up about it. Many women are afraid to talk about sex, I'm well aware, but consider this. He would kill for this information. Like if he's into you, literally ask him how much he would pay to get a vault with all your data on all your sexual needs and wants and preferences and ideas. He will definitely have it for free. You just need to learn how to communicate well. There are lots of ways to communicate in sex, actually. It's not heavy explanation, it's the opposite. It's fun, it's connecting. It can be just intimate conversations, sharing, but also it could be suggesting to do something fun together in sex, I mean. It can be you letting him try something in sex, doing something for him. That's also communication. Very good one, showing, inspiring. Like if you learn lovemaking for him that you want for yourself, it can be asking for what you want during sex in a sexy way that tells him a lot, but actually turns him on. It can be you expressing your desires, but what you do need for this is clarity on the sex that you want. Without clarity, there's nothing to communicate. And the energetic transmission doesn't happen at all. So you see, there's a lot of fun ways to communicate. I actually have a much more detailed guides for women for this, which are attached for free to my Holistic Sex Course. So some women are still nervous about speaking about sex to a man. Look, you have to do it well. It has to be sensitive. It can't be clumsy. Nobody likes that. But if you're communicating well, a good man will want to understand you. But if you are nervous about upsetting a man, I will give you a tip. If you are dating, it would be different if you have been in a relationship for a long time. Think of it as a helpful filter for you early on. If you are communicating well, kindly, with care, why would that be badly received? This is a part of your relationship with this man that you expect to be well received. If it upsets him, that's a red flag. And trust me, it will come out later in many places outside of sex. If a man does something weird or wrong or unpleasant in sex, that's not a problem. That can be just bad information if he's available to hear you. When a man is not willing to hear and you can't speak, that's a red flag. So don't be afraid. Your communication will either be well received or it will show you that you don't want to remain in this situation. So all this sets your sexual relationship to start off. And from here, like this, it will grow. Now, will this work with anybody? No, nothing is meant to work with anybody. When you are dating, there's no strategy to make it work with any old random from a bus stop. Not all men you meet will be open and willing to understand you. Not all men will want what you want. And this is all normal. But this will give you a really strong footing for a great sex life with the right man in all the ways that is important for you as a person, without worrying, how good he is at sex at the moment. But if you want to learn a bit more about specifically what it involves to create that amazing sex life for yourself with him, I have another video that explains the 3-part process that would really be happening there with him. So watch that next video.